Welcome to the Cougar Cast here at the Kokomo Post Sports. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, and this is the place to get all the information on what's going on inside the athletic department at IU Kokomo. And joining us for another special show, it's a couple athletes who will be competing in the outdoor national meet in track and field. First, it's Maddie Dotlich, who qualified in the 5,000-meter race walk. Maddie, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
And then to my left, it's Sydney Duncan. She has qualified in 3 events: the hammer throw, the discus, and the shot put. Sydney, welcome back.
Thanks.
Sydney, you've been here numerous times. Both of you guys have been here numerous times. But I think the last time we talked, you had just won the shot put national championship in the indoor, but said you would like to qualify in discus in the outdoor as well as the shot put. But you got the trifecta of hammer, discus, and shot. Was that something you thought you would accomplish as the season kept going on?
Yeah, that was the goal. When we had the coaches sit down meeting at the beginning of the year, they were like, "What do you want to do for indoor and outdoor this year?" And I was like, "I want to qualify in all 3." So like that was definitely the goal from the beginning.
So you got it, I believe, this past weekend. I forget where the meet was, but just even if it's at one event at the beginning or the end, you still got it. What were the emotions going through your mind, going through your body when you qualified for hammer throw?
I would love to be able to give you some like huge detailed explanation of what was going on, but last week I was really sick,
Ooh.
and so I felt terrible, like awful the whole week. So it was my first mark, and I let go, and I was watching it, and I was like, please just be in the sector, because I was like, I don't want to foul my first one. And then they read it off the scoreboard, and I said, thank God, out loud. And then Grant walks over, and he was like, well, you did it. And I was like, thank God. Yeah, and that was it. It was a lot of relief and a lot of, oh my gosh, can I go sit down now?
You've been here numerous times, but unfortunately, this is the last time we'll be in this seat before a national meet, as this is your last time competing. This is the 5,000-meter race walk. How does it feel as you're preparing to compete in your last meet, which is also at the national level?
It's kind of a bittersweet moment. I'm kind of excited to start something new, but at the same time, I'm sad to leave behind something that I've been doing for so long. Not specifically race walking, but just the sport of track and cross country. So,
I know race walking, I think we talked when you first started doing it and talk about the challenges and also how it helped your distance running. Was this one of your goals at the beginning of the outdoor season, that to still qualify in the 5,000-meter race walk in the outdoor season?
yeah, it was definitely a goal. My biggest goal was just to get a PR, which was within the qualifying standard. So,
What did it take to qualify this time?
like time-wise,
Well, just you as an athlete, what did it take? What did you have to do to qualify? Did you do anything special or different than normal?
nothing special, just like sticking to my training and making sure I'm staying consistent. And that's pretty much it.
3 events over 3 days. How do you prepare for that?
I have no idea.
I love the
I
honesty.
was like, no idea. This is the first. We did the 2 in 2 days indoor. First day didn't go super as planned, but the second day went really well. So I'm hoping that we can take the second day of indoor and kind of stretch it over the 3 days outdoor. But it's definitely going to be a learning curve, and we don't really have that figured out yet.
So I remember for indoor, whoever runs the social media for track and field was posting different pictures of the various events the NAIA was throwing on, trying to just hype up athletes like yourself before the events happened down there in Florida. What was it like being a part of those pre-ceremony or pre-event events to kind of get you riled up for being in the indoor national meet?
The energy was nice. Kind of got you in the mindset of you were there to compete, but also keep in mind sportsmanship and be nice to your fellow sports players.
It's like no elbows or kicking or stuff like that.
yeah, pretty much.
So what kind of stood out? I know we're a few months away from past that point, but what stood out as far as like what event did they throw that you enjoyed?
They had like it was outside with like a bunch of shops. And there was like music and dancing.
So you like the shopping more or the dancing more? You only got 2 options here.
It was mostly just the dancing.
The
I guess,
dancing?
yeah.
You a dancing girl too? No?
Definitely.
That was a quick no.
Definitely not.
No? Shopping?
I got a pair of shoes that day.
What kind?
The ones I have on right now.
Those are nice.
Yeah, they were on sale too, so that's a win.
That's a big win.
Yeah, but I'm not a huge shopper or a huge dancer, so.
What do you enjoy doing besides throwing things around?
Well, I don't do a whole lot besides throwing things around, so. I like to read a lot.
Okay.
Don't ask me what my favorite book is. I won't. I can't tell you.
I probably wouldn't have heard of it even if you said it.
I was just seeing the meaning of that question.
Normally yes, but I know you pretty well, and I also know like yeah, I could do that, but I have no idea what you would say, and I wouldn't know people anyway. I don't read, guys. I talk to a microphone for a living. Are they still gonna do certain events before the meet starts on Wednesday?
Yeah, there's a teaming up for characters event.
Okay.
What is it again?
Yeah, it's the Special Olympics. They host that. And
Oh,
then
nice.
We have like a awards banquet one of the nights too, but we don't have like the outdoor dancing party thing. That was, I guess, a Florida thing.
Maybe a Florida thing. Indiana, we don't do stuff like that. How are you preparing for this meet?
Well, I know next week we're gonna be hitting a bit of a taper to
Okay.
make sure I'm rested. Mentally, I'm just excited. Honestly, I'm just
Yeah.
ready to do my best and have a good time on the track. Just be really positive about it, not put a lot of pressure. Just have fun is the ultimate goal for me.
Do you think when you're done racing next week that you'll shed a tear because your career's over at IUK?
I think I might.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like I said, it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
Like excited for new things, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad because I've been doing this for so long. But yeah, mixed emotions.
What has it meant to be coached by Coach Colvin during the past few years?
He's been a really amazing coach. He's always been there for me. Yeah, he. I have a funny story actually.
Throw it out there.
So one time, I blinked it. Sorry.
Okay. If you think of it, just raise your hand or say something, and we'll go back to you. Nah, that's a curveball. As you're preparing for this, does your mindset change per event? As like, because shot put, discus, and hammer throw, the mechanics are different. Do you change your mindset versus different events?
Yes. With hammer, I have to be very relaxed.
Okay.
Like if I get tense or if I get like overly anxious, it doesn't go very well. So literally, I'll be at practice and Grant will look at me and he will make me take a deep breath and he will tell me to relax before I can even start my throw.
He seems like a good big brother. I know he's your coach, but
Yeah.
seeing you guys interact after you were here last time and then hearing just you talk about him, he seems like a really good big brother that's just looking out for you, and he knows how to get at you when you need to like just calm down. What has it meant for you to be coached by Colvin this outdoor season?
Well, I would love to tell you that Colvin has done a whole lot of throws coaching, but he has not. But he's still a really good support system, somebody to go to. He is always there at meets. I can talk to him. He messes with me all the time, so gives me just permission to mess back. And he knows that I will.
I see him over there shaking his head. I'm going to ask you something I normally don't ask people, but I have freedom to do that with you. Is your goal to win shot put next week?
Yes.
What about the other two?
Okay, so goal is to win shot put, do the indoor-outdoor repeat. I would love to All-American in the other two.
Okay.
Discus is looking a bit better. Hammer is totally possible. I just have to pull out a PR. So.
And what does it take to be an All-American?
Like distance-wise, it's like top 8.
Top 8. Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, top 8.
Have you thought of that story?
Oh yeah.
I didn't forget about you.
There was one time we were on the way to a meet. It was a race walk only meet, and I asked one question about this like summer job that he does, and it turned into a 2-hour conversation about corn. I know everything there is to know about corn because of that conversation.
About corn?
Yeah, he works in the cornfields during the summer as a pollen inspector. Or no, corn inspector, right?
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
High tech.
That's a pretty lengthy conversation about a four-letter word. Good job, Colvin. Good job. Last thing here, we could be here all day. Maddie, we'll go with you, then Sydney last. What does it mean for you? What are your last comments, excuse me, about competing in the 5,000 meter race walk in outdoor nationals, which is also your final meet at IUK?
I'm just really excited to, have my best meet and leave it all out there, no regrets, and have a good time.
Different question for you. What will it take for you to accomplish all three of your goals next week in all three throws?
What? It's gonna take a lot. I'm gonna have to not get in my head, which I like to do.
Yeah.
So stay out of my head. Just stick to the training plan because we know it's gonna work, and then just stay physically well enough to compete for 3 days in a row.
That's Sydney Duncan. That's Maddie Dotlich. They're both competing in the outdoor national meet. I really appreciate Grant Patterson for helping set this up with Josh Colvin to get the national qualifiers in here on the show. And guys, this has been the Cougar Cast. We'll see you next time.